First I rise to my highest heights, giving all praises due to Allah. I give honors to all true and divine prophets, including Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and the prophet of these days and times, our prophet Noble Ali. I extend those honors to all Asiatics and Muslims present and worldwide. Shiek Amir Talib-El. Peace.
Peace.
So I'm not going to waste any time, Moors. Just like that. Boom. I don't even got to hold it. Here we go. Better. Here we go. Islam.
Islam.
So when we last left off, we were, over the past two series of discussions, we were talking about jurisprudence, jurisdiction, and we were talking about just how Moors have these concepts misconstrued. They don't really understand these terminologies. And we were breaking these particular terminologies down. So we covered natural law, we covered social contract, we covered a myriad of very detailed information. So you'd have to go to the previous videos on our channel to really get a full grasp of what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna recap too extensively.
That's right.
I'll just say that there was a decline in natural law and a resurgence in natural law. When we went to jurisprudence, we went to the different types of law, where you have positive law, which is like, you know, the letter of the law, what have you. And then we have a different philosophy of law, which is natural law, that the laws of man are supposed to, you know, first you have the laws of the universe, and those laws of the universe trickle down and should impact the laws of man.
That's
and
right.
how morality should be taken into account. Whereas positive law doesn't, it's just, what does the law say? Emotions, morality, all of that is irrespective. Islam?
Islam.
And we talked about major factors like one of the philosophers, Finis, and et cetera, but, you know, in a war in court, blah, 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 blah. But I urge you to look back at those videos, because a lot of information that I got out of school and different research, you know, independent research and what have you.
That's right.
So we left off discussing the origin of the sovereign citizens movement. Why is all of this stuff important? Because when Moors are talking about jurisprudence, when Moors are talking about de facto and de jure, and a lot of these concepts that we see in the Moorish movement, they're derived from the Moors' contact with Europeans in the sovereign citizen movement. Now here's why it's problematic. Because the individuals involved in the sovereign citizens movement, many of them are also equated and associated and a part of white supremacist groups, white nationalist groups. So this is the origin of the ideology that the Moors are adopting. So you must understand that this information that we have is not, it was not created for our benefit. Or should I say the doctrine, this particular doctrine wasn't created for our benefit, although there are useful aspects. So what we have to do as Muslims, we have to chew out the meat and spit out the bones. But in order to do that, we have to trace this information to its origin, and we have to have a full understanding of what information that we decide to take from these particular groups. Now, mind you, these groups are considered, their particular methodology, their views are considered extremist ideology. And why it's so important in present day for us to be talking about it is because Moors are adopting this ideology. So now the Moorish Science of America, Moorish Americans, the term Moor itself, the Moorish flag, the Prophet Noble Ali, our ancestors are being impacted by fringe Moorish groups or individual lone wolf Moors who are taking this sovereign citizen ideology and they're sprinkling it and mixing it with the Prophet, and now there's confusion throughout the land. There's confusion throughout the movement.
That's right, working.
So we need to discuss this. So individuals and groups that are considered sovereign citizens, they fall under this umbrella that are classed as domestic terrorists by the Federal Bureau of Investigations. All right? Now, just because the Federal Bureau of Investigations has you in their crosshairs doesn't inherently mean that you're doing something wrong, you're talking about something wrong. We understand that the government can do things that will be not only unconstitutional, not only illegal, but contrary to our interests. In anything that, well, COINTELPRO, that's all I gotta say. It's COINTELPRO. We know the FBI isn't, you know, the end all be all, but we have to bear witness that there's a narrative that's being strung along. And it's not just the FBI, it's the mainstream media, it's local law enforcement, it's throughout various different jurisdictions and mediums. So the prophet always had an attitude of don't do anything that's going to turn the public against the movement.
That's right. That's right.
And see, this is what Moors outside of the temple have a hard time grasping and don't understand why Moors are so vocal within the temple.
That's right.
At their actions.
Islam.
They don't understand. They think that, oh, well, I'm just doing my thing. But what you do when you wearing a fez or a turban on or a lie pin, what you do impacts and reflects on anybody else that wears that turban or that lie pin.
That's right.
Which is why we have to carry ourselves in a certain light.
Teach, boy. That's right. Islam.
As a matter of fact, that actually, somebody got, can I get the holy instructions of unity, please? Yeah, I want to work with the holy instructions of unity. Yeah. Because, you know, it's not about unity per se that I'm going to this particular chapter and verse. There's a lot of good information in it.
8,
26.
Yeah, 26. Let me see the verses. Yeah, I think we're gonna go. I think we'll go to verse 7. But let me preface it to say before I have the Sheik read that there are a lot of people within this Moorish movement that seem like they got a lot of information. A lot of people within the so-called conscious movement that seem like they got all the answers. Seem like they're the smartest people on earth. It seem like they, you know all. And again, that's not to everybody. Those that know what they don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about for those that are laymen, people who are just coming into the movement. You can get wide-eyed by some of these characters. They might allure you with some of the, as the prophet has said, pebbles. But we're going to read into that.
Islam. That's right.
I might be cutting you off after every verse or so.
You want to start at 7?
No, start at verse 1. We'll go to verse 1 to 7.
Islam.
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 Holy instructions of unity. Instruction 1. The gifts of the understanding are the treasures of Allah, and He appointed to every one his portion, in what measure seemeth good unto himself.
Okay, hold on 1 second. So when you hear Moors, they say a term, they might like, talked about people having a portion. This is true. You understand? Like, and for us in particular, we know this intimately because we were under one body and it came under another body. So we got to see that they both had portions.
That's right.
That were critical, that are crucial to this divine and national movement.
That's right.
You understand? So there are Moors within the Moorish movement. When I say Moorish movement, I'm talking about the Moorish Science of America. I'm not talking about any and everybody that professes to be a Moor or a Moorish American. They carry pieces of information that the prophet left. The totality of the prophet's knowledge is not under one body, under one group.
That's right.
But we were just fortunate and blessed that we were able to get very huge portions from two different bodies of Moors.
Islam.
Islam. Hath He endowed thee with wisdom? Hath He enlightened thy mind with the knowledge of truth?
Yeah, you gotta talk loud into the mic and hold it.
Islam, instruction number 2.
There we go.
Hath He endowed thee with wisdom? Hath He enlightened thy mind with the knowledge of truth? Communicated to the ignorant for their instruction. Communicated to the wise for thy own improvement. Islam.
So the prophet